son or whatever.
But I will say though, in general, I do think she had a right to be upset because again, just imagine for 5 seconds that this was a situation that was turned around on the other end. If I was sitting here constantly being, every day just having a man that constantly wants to hit on me, wants to say certain things to me, that makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable because I am married, because he knows that I am married. He knows I have a child. How would you feel as a husband to know that your wife is constantly being hit on every single day?
I mean,
and
we're
not
with that already in real time.
But no, we're not talking about just comments. We're talking about the men coming in my car and just opening up his shirt, got nothing on. We're talking about, I'm in the bathroom and he's just pulling up on me in the back. Like, she definitely crossed the line multiple times. It's not just normal comments, oh, you're sexy, you're this, you're that. It's not just that. She actually physically crossed the line. So how would you feel?
For a moment?
Yeah.
Okay,
how would you feel?
My concern is, do people go after the things that they desire because they don't have access to it? Or in their mind, they want to know how far they can get to see how far they can get this man to break.
Okay. I do feel like in general, everything in life, people want to earn and try to get because they don't have it. Same with $1 million. There are millionaires right now that wish that they can do just normal everyday things because they already have the money. They already see how it is living the life with the money. So they already just want to do normal things that people normally don't do. Same with people that are living paycheck to paycheck. They want to be rich. They want to do that life because they don't already have it. So everybody is kind of fishing for things that they don't want or things that they don't necessarily have, actually. So things that they don't have, people are fishing for. So I do believe that is very true when it comes to single women. A lot of single women are looking for men that are already in relationships or already in marriages just because of something that they don't have. But again, that is still up to the people that are in the bond, the commitment of being married, to be able to communicate to each other, being able to understand each other, to know rights and wrongs. And I do feel like not communicating something as big as that, maybe if it was 1 time, 2 times, okay, cool. We understand, like, it is what it is. You're not going to tell your partner everything that happens. But what I do want to say is that after 3, 4, 5 times, and this woman is becoming obsessed, literally, which is the name of the movie.
You want to know.
You want to know. You want to tell your significant other. And again, if it was a man doing the same thing, it would be the same. One thing I do want to say is just in general, our standards in relationship have become so low to where not cheating is automatically something you should be praised for. That's something that shouldn't happen in general. It's something that shouldn't happen regardless. So kudos to him for not cheating, but he definitely shouldn't be thinking about that, worried about that or anything if he's already in a marriage. It's just something that we now give extra praise for not doing, but it's something that shouldn't have happened anyways. It's something that men shouldn't do anyways. Women shouldn't do anyways. It's something that we just shouldn't do on our partners. If you want to be single and act single, be single. It shouldn't be no reason why you're in a relationship with that mindset of, oh, I can sleep with whoever I want to. If that's the case, be single. So if necessarily, kudos for him, I guess, a little small one. But I will say is it ain't really, crazy for this man not to cheat because he shouldn't be cheated anyways as a married man. I'm just so sorry. I don't know. Listen, I'm so sorry. It is what it is.
So here's the scoop. I've never been married before, not yet. Neither have you. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So outside looking in, what influence or whom of a couple that you can look at and say like that's a good marriage? It can be in reality. It can be off a movie. It can be Martin and Gina. It can be Terry and Diane from Why Did I Get Married? Who would be a couple? It can be Cliff and Clara Huxtable. I don't care if it's Philip and Vivian from Fresh Prince. Who would be a couple that you can say, you know what? Behind the animation, because they're actors, we understand that. But the philosophy that they brought forth was straight up family vibes, right? Mm-hmm. Who would you say out of all those couples, or in reality, I'll resemble that? This is exactly what I want to work towards.
That's a great question. One thing I do want to say is I feel like there's certain couples that you have brung up that bring out certain qualifications or just in general qualities that I do feel like is important for a marriage. I do think Martin and Gina are very much something that people should look out for. Not necessarily saying that they are going to be just that. They had a communication and understanding to each other to where he can be goofy. He can be with his homeboys. He can do whatever he wanted to do.
Talking about Martin and Gina, y'all.
Martin and Gina, he can do what he wanted to do, you know, in his time frame. Like she never really came in and controlled anything. And I definitely think that that's important as a man. As important as Gina was, I think that she definitely showed a role model of being your best friend, but also being your lover, also being your supportive figure in the household. So I do think that they're a big impression of what, you know, things should be in life.
Okay, so we talked about Martin and Gina. Cliff and Claire Huxtable. You have much information on them?
I have a little bit, but
Okay.
I do feel like Cliff and Claire, they definitely were, you know, as far as, you know, black role models, they're definitely big on that. But I actually want to bring it back to Barack and Michelle Obama.
Ooh, okay.
I actually think that they're an amazing couple as well. If you actually look at certain things that Michelle says about Obama and vice versa, they're very much in tune with each other, and they're in tune with each other's strengths. So as far as Barack, like he definitely, of course, is going to be, you know, the man of the household, and he definitely has certain aspects of a leader. Of course, he was a president, so he definitely has aspects of the leader. But you do have Michelle also leading in certain roles as her own woman, as her own self. She did a lot of different organizations that actually put her into the aspect of being a leader and being a motivator. And I feel like if you are a leader as a man, you definitely want to have somebody that is right there, either toe and toe with you, or also going back and forth when it comes to being able to stand her own. And Michelle was definitely that one that be able to stand her own in certain grounds. She was able to, you know, say things that she needed to say that people probably didn't like, but she did what she had to do. And I think that Michelle and Obama is definitely a great role model, as well as to having, you know, a woman on your side that is going to be toe to toe with you. I definitely feel like sometimes men like to go with different women that are necessarily a lot below them, or vice versa. Even with women, vulnerable, or just in general women that are not toe to toe with you. You do want to have somebody that's going to be able to push you and, you know, propel you into a different standpoint in life. And I definitely think without Michelle, who would Barack really be, and vice versa. Without Barack, who would Michelle really be? They both definitely push each other towards a better standpoint in life. And I think the same with Martin and Gina as well. So.
Okay, so peep this. And I learned this from my pastor, Pastor Darren. I don't get me wrong. Sometimes we don't agree.
Yes.
We have times where he disciplines me, and my assignment is to absorb the chastisement because I know it makes me better. Although I may not like it. So let me just put that on record. But more than less, he said these words to me. He said, Khan, get you a woman that's going to stand strong when you're not here. That's going to hold you down when you're not here. While you working, she's grinding, making sure you look good in the background, just hustling. You just took it back to those kind of vibes. While Barack was doing his thing, I'm sure as well know that her, Sarita Jakes,
100%.
you know, she's standing behind
Going
TD,
crazy,
you know, making sure business is being delegated the same way.
Absolutely.
I got to give Roxanne a shout out. Same for her. You know, she's standing behind me, hustling in the background.
Absolutely.
Make sure everything in the ministry goes great. So knowing that, and I agree with you on that. It's the first time we agreed all night, y'all, low key. But knowing that you got somebody in the background that's holding you down.
Absolutely.
Even though you may not like me or my behavior as a person, you making me look good to the public.
Got to.
We on one accord. You feel me? I can rock with that. We can disagree, but at the same time, and outside of closed doors where we're in the public, We're just gonna park that off to the side. We're gonna deal with this on a private level. How you feel about that?
I agree with that to a certain extent. I definitely agree with what you're saying.
To a certain extent, though?
To a certain extent.
Talk to me.
Because when you were saying behind closed doors, we're kind of gonna, kind of have our ways. At the end of the day, maybe it's not something that you see, or maybe it's not something that your partner sees. But at the end of the day, when you guys are working, as far as like having your differences, it's definitely important to understand that there is certain things that need to be done that might not be the same way that you want it to be, or might not be the same way that you are expecting it to be. So when it comes to Barack Obama in front, he's a leader, he's this, he's that, but at the same time, he does have his wife that's also working in the back end. She's doing a lot of things that he might not notice. And when it comes to going back home, it could be times where he's like, okay, well, I feel like you might be doing this or that. And she's, without her doing what she's doing, he wouldn't be able to do everything that he's able to do. So just sometimes I do think when it comes to men, their egos and things like that, it could be to where men are not necessarily understanding the hard work that goes into the back end of certain things. You guys are looking at as the leaders in the front end, but at the same time, your woman is definitely doing what she needs to do in the back end to make sure that everything is running smoothly and, into one accord. So again, it's all teamwork. It might look like, one person's doing more, one person's doing less, but at the end of the day, things are not going to be able to be done if it's not as a team and as one.
Okay, I respect that.
Did I say that? I don't know if I...
No, you said it right. You didn't say nothing wrong. You dropping bars. My thing is, when you address us men as egos, you have to address your women as vanity. There's egotism in men, 100%. And there's vanity in women.
You're right.
However, we might be having our issues with coming to terms with how we come off, how we express ourselves, and how we think. At the same time, you all have issues, I'm just being fair,
100%.
With coming off with your delivery,
right? Coming
off with respect, not belittling us. Yeah, we 100%. Do see ourselves as of the household. But here's the thing: there's humility in knowing as a man. First of all, let me address us men for a moment. I'm gonna park unique to the side for a moment, fellas. You can still be the man of the household, still delegate and be willing to take information and advice from your woman. That doesn't make you no weak. If anything, it makes you strong because you know how to shut up and gain knowledge. You don't know everything. We don't. And sometimes we feel like we do. Sometimes it makes us feel good because we got to flex and we want to put our foot down.
Amen.
That ain't the case. Talking to my guys right now, just for one moment. Okay. All I'm saying is we can just sit back and just take notes. If anything, here is what I do, because I know I don't know everything, and I won't sit here and act like I do. 30 years old, young, old, however you see it, I'm still learning, still growing. Same as you. Get right, get it tight. My thing is, we won't get it all in one shot. If you got a woman, you're in a relationship, or you're going to be in one, or you want to be in one, understand that you cannot win this race by yourself. You will have to learn from the woman that you are with. If you think you got it like that, you will crash as quick as it started. It will not last. It's not supposed to last with that mentality.
Yes.
So if I was to give you guys any words, understand that your woman got you.
Understand it.
It's a gut check. It's hard when you get ego checked. Now you got to swallow your pride. Man, she checking me. I'm the man of the house. It's that it's okay to get ego checked. We don't like it. It rubs us the wrong way. We feel like when we get checked, okay, my pride is at stake. Now I have to prove who I am as a man. Sucker, we not. Come on, man. Ain't nothing to prove. What status we got? What money we got? What we pocket checking? You feel me? This ain't about that. So I'm just saying this respectfully. Listen to your lady. Sometimes your lady gotta drive too. But both can't be driving and both can't be giving directions at the same time. You be the driver, she's giving you directions. She's giving you directions, you be the driver. Sometimes she have to be the driver and you have to be the one giving her directions. You can't be driving looking at GPS at the same time. Literally in life, I know that some of us do it, but hear me. You cannot be staring at your phone all 2-hour, 3-hour of a drive and trying to focus on the road at the same time. It can't happen unless you want to. Come on now, don't make me have to say it. We ain't trying to go to nobody's gravesite. One have to provide the directions. One has to do the navigating. One has to do the driving at the same time. Be willing to balance. Be willing to fluctuate. Now, again, I'm not a married man. Unique on this side isn't a married woman. All I'm just giving it to you from a man perspective. It's okay to humble down and admit that we don't know as much as we want to know, or we don't have as much control as we might want to have. This takes time. This takes wisdom. It takes practice. It takes prayer. It takes effort.
Can I say
it
something?
Doesn't make you less of a man. Not at all. Talk to him.
I have a question for you.
Pete.
What you just
I'm going to give you what I got. I'm going to give you what I got.
I agree with a lot of things that you say. You really just put down a lot for us to kind of think about and understand and absorb. Okay. Let's say we have this scenario where, of course, you have a woman and a man together. The woman, she is making a little bit more as far as financial.
Right.
She is also in school. So she does have her, maybe, associates, masters, bachelors, whatever. Right. She's doing a lot there. She also is doing a lot when it comes to the kids, taking care of the household. When it comes to men, a lot of men want to provide, they want to protect. That's kind of what men, are looking for.
Right.
So if you do have a woman that is pretty much all around, certifying a lot of different things in life when it comes to financial, educational, a lot of different things, are you thinking that a lot of men are, I guess, necessarily supposed to still be the dominant one in the relationship, or it's supposed to be feeling some type of way because their woman is making more, because their woman is accomplishing a little bit more than what they are? Do you think that kind of, messes with a man's ego when it comes to certain things like that?
Does it messes with a man's ego? It can, depending on who the man is. Now, each and every last one of us, in one form or another, just may struggle with insecurity. I'm just putting that out on record. So, because you making twice the income as I'm making, I can either be the one that says, dang, what I got to do, man? She making more money than me. It makes me look bad. Now I'm coming home with an attitude. You trying to figure out, well, babe, we in this together. You telling me it's a team, but as a man, I can't quite see it because I feel like I'm the man and I'm supposed to be in control. On the other hand, me personally, you better make that money. Better make me look good. I'm rooting for you. I want you to shine. It's coming home to our account. It's coming home to my money now. Don't get it twisted. You going out and doing what you got to do. The buck stops right there. But if I know what's going on with our finances and and we're talking about this is a gross or a net income at the end of the year, we netting 100, 150 grand or whatever the case, baby, make us all. You make me look good. We shine. You shine, I shine. Talk.
Okay, so when it comes to actually spending that money too, though, and when it comes to our everyday life, how are you feeling about that?
All right, hold on now, bro. Hold on now, bro.
I just really want to know. Everyday life, if I'm shopping and spending a bag, because of course that's what's going on. Talk to me.
Talking about spending the paper right now.
Yes.
This is wisdom talking right here. You ready?
I'm ready.
Listen.
I'm ready.
Let's up the ante. Can we go deep?
Let's do it.
Okay. You ordering on Amazon. You got your hair. You got your nails. You want your stuff. Women are just shoppers. Just by. I want to say by nature, but I still may be wrong.
Yes, bought
Women
a couple things just yesterday.
Shoppers by default.
Absolutely.
And typically I'm not. I spend very little to myself. We already know that, right?
Okay. Yes, very true.
Depending on how much and where the money is going to dictate how I'm going to delegate not just my income, but your income. I'm not saying that, hey, you get $200 a month and that's all you get. But I'm also not saying that, hey, we're spending just as much as we're making. We're not going to profit. Where's our retirement? Where's our Roth IRA? Where's our Merrill Edge? Where's our stocks and bonds? Where's our mutual funds? Right? What are we sitting at? What are our savings? Right? So if that's the case and you are making more money than me or making just as much or even less than me, there would have to be someone that, hey, listen, this is not it, right? And not that comes with wisdom. That comes with financial peace. Dave Ramsey, financial peace. Knowing how much you spend, the debt snowball, right? Taking care of small debts and rolling them over into big debt. Don't get me wrong, I don't have much debt. I think I've probably $8,000, and that ain't proud for me to say. A career that pays for my tuition 100%. I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. But just because of that, and just got paid, just got a paycheck in yesterday, right? Yes. And I'm not spending a dime of it. Might have spent $20 today, but I'm not just going to spend it because I got it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. When I was in Walmart, or when I do go to Walmart and I'm shopping I'm just happy at the fact that I can walk in the store and buy anything in the store that I choose to desire and just put it back on the shelf because it makes me feel good to say, Connell, you know what? You don't need that right now, but it's nice to know that if I wanted it,
right,
I can get it.
Absolutely.
Period. I can walk into a furniture store. I can walk into a designer store. I can walk into Gucci store tomorrow if I wanted to and buy some Gucci shoes. I can go to the Tesla parking lot, sell my car, trade it, and walk off the car with a Tesla tomorrow by noon and have a Tesla in my driveway.
Okay.
But what does that make me?
You're right. And I'm very happy that you bring that up. But I do want to talk to a few couples that might be experiencing certain things right now, which is one of them when it comes to financial disconnection. When it comes to certain people that might want to spend a lot more than whatever their partner is actually spending. So my thing is do you feel like people who do spend money a little differently, some people really do live like, today is my last day, I'm gonna go and buy this Gucci bag, I'm gonna go and buy this whatever, because you never know. Literally, are you old if really you are gonna pass? If you're 25 and you're gonna pass when you're 30, are you necessarily old or are you young? When it comes to you are gonna pass and you're 25 and you're 80, are you old or are you young? Like, you really have to think about, just, you never know when your last day is. And so certain people might just not necessarily think of, let me save money this, let me do this. Some people live like, today is my last day. You only live once. You only do this one time.
Once another COVID comes around,
okay, what we gonna do? Okay, but my thing is some people, again, if I'm only gonna live until I'm so and so age, and I don't know when that time is gonna come, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna live my life as it is. Do you feel like couples can actually succeed when it comes to having financial issues, when it comes to spending money too early or spending too much money at a certain type of time? Do you feel like people should, I guess, find somebody who is financially, equipped with each other? How do you feel about that? Because financial is definitely a big reason on why people get divorced. That's actually one of the main reasons why people get divorced is due to financial issues. This is that conversation.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready?
All right.
Okay, so you realize, I want you to understand something.
Let's talk about it.
We're about to walk into it. My pastor always preach something. You can't take me somewhere that you haven't been. I haven't been married and I haven't been through a divorce, but I can learn through other folks' experiences. Can I take that credit?
Talk about it.
Can I talk?
Absolutely.
Okay, you bet.
Let's go.
She don't know what she just started.
Let's go.
I cannot speak on divorce, but I can talk about what leads to divorce.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna just talk them down.
And
this is straight off the dome.
Let's
I don't
go.
have no notes, no pen,
Let's
no
go.
paper.
What are we holding back for?
One.
Okay.
How are we gonna raise our children? Divorce number one. How are we gonna discipline them? Number two. How do we deal with our in-laws? How are we gonna deal with the fact that your mom may not like me? I may not like your mom. You may not like my mom, and she may not like you. Let's push it forward. Next objective. Finances. Money fights. How you spending the money. How you delegating the money. Another reason that causes divorce. Another one, religious beliefs. Religious belief, I said that wrong. Religion is you waking up in the morning, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, going to work, coming home, repeating the process. That's a religion. First of all, your belief system is different from mine. That leads That leads to
Okay.
divorce, right?
Okay.
I'm just saying, I gotta put this
I
on
hear you,
record.
though.
Here I am believing in Buddha.
Yes.
You believing in Christ. I'm believing in Allah, and you believing in the universe. You feel me?
No, you're right.
Right.
100%.
Divorce. Another one. Infidelity. We already know.
That's
Infidelity.
one
That,
big
you know,
part.
you. That's just what it is. That's just on
Absolutely.
record. There's no shade, no filter, nothing around it. It is what it is. It happened. It happened. It's done. It's done. Make it right. Don't let it happen again. Next. Am I talking?
You definitely
So
preaching.
far, I think I just said.
You definitely preaching if we talking about it.
Okay. So far, you didn't agree. Don't agree with me just because we live. We
I
good?
know. 100%. I'm being honest with you. You name everything.
Respect it.
We're
I
really
think the
talking
first thing I said was, or one of the first things I said was how we gonna raise our kids. The second was how we deal with money fights. The third, infidelity. The fourth, how we deal with in-laws. And the fifth thing, what can I think of next that would cause a divorce outside of cheating, money, raising our children, and dealing with in-laws? Give me a few seconds, it'll hit me. One thing that would lead to divorce, third party. Third party. That's the last thing I can think of.
Great suggestion. Yeah.
Letting friends, family, people who we tell our problems to dictate our narrative of the person that we're with. Although that they are already single and they have never been married before, or they've already been divorced, telling me I should get rid of mine.
Absolutely.
I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong for thinking this, but when I'm in, dude, I'm freaking in. There is no going back. I signed the contract with you, God. I can't say, God, thank you for saving my life, and then turn my back on you. This ain't that kind of party. I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of energy. God, I don't want to lie to you. And then you take everything from me, and now I got to work twice as hard to get it back. Don't get me wrong. I understand that everything in life isn't free.
Right.
The air we breathe isn't free, because soon we'll have to give it back, right? And just because I feel like I got that racks on me, but I got guns on me, I can take somebody like that gives me control. Here's how you know when you really have self-control and how you really got power, because you can take a negative situation and you can turn it into a positive. I posted on Facebook today, when you can take something ugly and make it look good, that's when you know you got power. See, these little,
That's when you got that change.
I want to call them, man, because they my people. You feel me? And I listen to hip hop.
That's when you got that change.
I vibe. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You feel me? I vibe. But once we going back and forth and we talking about gunplay and, you know what I'm saying, I'm taking your life, you taking my, what we got to prove? We look stupid. I'm sorry to tell you.
Absolutely.
We look stupid. And I'm just dropping bars.
And a very big thing too is just birds of a flutter
They don't want
flock
the
together.
smoke.
So at the end of the day, if you do have people that are not doing nothing, are not doing anything with their lives, you end up being that same way. You want to be with people that influence you to be better, motivate you to be bigger and stronger than what you are. If you're hanging around the same people that ain't doing nothing, you're gonna be looking
just that.
Come on now, you're gonna be looking 10 years in, 20 years in, and realize you ain't doing nothing either. And you think it's because it's just, you know, what it is. No, it's because of who you hang around with and who's motivating you, who's actually pushing you to be stronger and better. So
Listen, y'all, we have went beyond the time that we projected that this was going to be. Do us a favor. Drop down in the comments. We gonna unlock the comment section below. Let us know what you disagree. Even if you disagree with me, drop your bars and justify it. If you disagree with Unique, drop your bars and justify it. We're going to speak on it on the next episode. But it's always a pleasure having you all join in the Lit
absolutely.
LIT.
Every time.
Every time. Leaders in transformation. Not now, but right now. Here we spread love, peace, and prosperity to all of our people out there listening. 100. We'll keep y'all. We'll check in on y'all on the next episode. LIT. Not now, but right now. We'll catch you later. Close us out, Unique.
All right. Have a nice night, everybody.